All families have secrets. While some are tiny and kept out of sight, others are so strong that they have the potential to completely alter the world. We delve into the life of Emma, the cherished daughter of a well-known family, in this tale. She is the epitome of innocence to the outside world, a young lady growing up under her parents' close supervision. However, a secret that could permanently upend her family's life is hidden beyond the curtains of their flawless facade. Emma has been leading two separate lives. During the day, she is the happy daughter, maintaining appearances, smiling for the camera, and going to family gatherings. She disappears into a world of forbidden passion at night. Her secret is a man named Matt, a prosperous businessman with a fascinating backstory, charisma, and ambition. Their love story starts off discreetly, out of the public eye, but it quickly becomes something that cannot be kept a secret. This is not merely a romantic story. It is a tale of peril, of decisions made in secret, and of repercussions that affect the whole family. Emma's unexpected revelations will come from a secret relationship. The shock of pregnancy, rumors of scandal, and the issue of whether love can endure criticism all loom large. You will experience the highs and lows of Emma's trip as we reveal this 11-chapter adventure, from heartache to hope, from secret to confrontation. Her family is in the middle of it all, divided between accepting the truth and preserving their reputation. Will there be a tragic conclusion to Emma's love story? Or will it develop into a fresh start? Let's start with Chapter 1, the dates in the secret room that set everything in motion. The rest of the family thought Emma was safely tucked away in her bed, but it all started on quiet evenings. She would wait until there was silence in the home, her parents were asleep, and her siblings were occupied. Then, her heart pounding, she would slip out just far enough to meet Matt in a neighboring rented room. The world couldn't judge them there, it was their haven. Matt was older. He exuded confidence and exuded a successful attitude. He was no ordinary dude. He was a wealthy, well-connected businessman with a reputation that inspired both terror and admiration. He was everything Emma had never experienced in her secluded life. Passion, freedom, and adventure. Whispered vows, laughing, and the excitement of secret characterized their gatherings. However, secrecy tends to breed risk. Emma was aware that her family would never be happy. Her parents had always dreamed of a secure, dignified, a scandal-free life for her. But the more she interacted with Matt, the more she fell. The room became more than simply a place to hide as their love deepened. It turned to become the cornerstone of a future. Emma was brave enough to dream. Nevertheless, remorse followed her home each time. She would pretend everything was fine while grinning at her parents. She held the burden of her secret inside. The attraction of love outweighed the huge risk. Emma thought she could reconcile the demands of her family and her secret love affair. However, destiny had other ideas. Emma's adventure into a world where love and secrecy meet begins with this chapter. These secret room dates would soon have far-reaching effects that she could never have predicted. Emma and Matt's covert rendezvous were more than just a fleeting encounter. They marked the start of a perilous romance. Matt was no ordinary man. He was a businessman who attracted attention with his presence. Tall, self-assured, and constantly wearing dapper suits. He exuded an authority that compelled others to pay attention to what he had to say. He was magnetic to Emma. She appeared to be drawn farther into his world by every word and action. They talked about more than romance in that secret room. Matt talked about his business endeavors, achievements, and the risks he had made to establish his empire. Emma could only imagine the opulence, freedom, and travel he depicted in his paintings. For a young woman brought up under the Matt's stories were captivating, and she kept a close eye on her family. He stood for liberation, the opportunity to leave her parents' shadow and forge her own path. However, Matt's charm extended beyond his ambition and fortune. In a way that no one else could, he had a way of making Emma feel truly noticed. He heard her frustrations, her dreams, and her anxieties. He didn't treat her like a well-known family's daughter. He gave her the respect of a lady with a voice of her own. That was the reason their relationship was so strong. Emma wasn't just a girl running away, in Matt's opinion. She was his future, his companion, and his equal. Emma was aware of the dangers, though. She brought the burden of her secret home with her every time. Her parents thought she was concentrating on her education. She was simply quiet and reclusive, according to her siblings. Nobody realized Emma was falling for a man who had the power to permanently alter her life. Nevertheless, the excitement of secrecy only strengthened their bond. Matt as well recognized the risk. He was aware that their relationship would never be accepted by Emma's family, at least not initially. He was adamant, though. One day, he assured her, their love wouldn't have to be concealed. In the future, he said, they would be able to walk hand in hand and openly without worrying about criticism. Even though Emma was filled with mistrust, his assurance gave her hope. There was no denying the businessman's charm, but it was also risky. Emma found herself torn between two different worlds. Her family's stable, secure existence, constructed for her, and the exciting, unknowable route Matt provided. And the danger of being discovered increased along with their love. Secret room dates were rapidly turning into something far more serious, something that would eventually require a decision. The pivotal moment occurs in this chapter. Emma's covert romance had evolved beyond a game of stolen evenings. It was turning into an unavoidable future, and one that would soon clash with her family's actual expectations. Seldom do secrets remain undiscovered indefinitely. 4. Emma thought she could manage her two lives for weeks. Family meals at home and a covert meeting with Matt in their personal space. However, the barriers of concealment started to crumble. Because of what people started to observe, not because of what she said. The first people to notice something strange were her siblings. Once dependable and simple to read, Emma had begun to evolve. She grinned more frequently. She appeared preoccupied throughout chats, and her phone was never far from her side. Her footsteps reverberated softly in the corridor at night. Moreover, even though she made an effort to be cautious, she could hear a creak in the floorboards or a door closing too softly. They started whispering. Emma had something to conceal. Trent and Amber, her parents, were less quick to suspect. They had faith in Emma since they thought she was committed to her education and future. However, Amber, who was always perceptive, saw hints. Emma's eyes brightened when she looked at her texts. The anxious energy that appeared to accompany her, and the way she dressed more carefully before leaving the house. Amber. A mother's intuition informed her that something was happening beneath the surface, even though she didn't yet know the truth. Rumors started to circulate beyond the family. Emma allegedly met someone late at night, according to a neighbor. She was hanging out with a man who was a lot older than her, according to another source. Gossip has a way of spreading, even in the absence of evidence, and eventually the murmurs find their way to important ears. The Johnston family, who were well known for their public persona, was all of a sudden the focus of quiet conjecture. Emma sensed the strain mounting. She was concerned that someone would follow her every time she left the house. She was afraid her parents would confront her each time she went back. Fear of being discovered was gradually taking the place of the excitement of secrecy. But even with the dangers, she was unable to avoid Matt. Their love was too enticing, their relationship too powerful. No one really knew the truth, she reminded herself, and the rumors were harmless. However, she knew in her heart that she would eventually be discovered. Matt, always self-assured, reassured her. "Let them talk," he said. His words gave Emma courage, but they were unable to stop the tension from rising. Rumors are just noise. What matters is us. The more whispers there were, the more the truth surfaced. Emma was aware that her life and her family's would never be the same after her secret was made public. No matter how well guarded, secrets have a tendency to come to light. The barriers Emma had erected around her covert relationship with Matt were starting to disintegrate. The murmurs of suspicion had become more audible, and eventually her parents, The people who cared most heard them. Amber was the first. Amber had been keeping a tight eye on her kid, and a mother's instincts are rarely incorrect. Emma's late-night absences, her distracted smiles, the way she seemed to glow with a contentment she couldn't express. Everything hinted at something concealed. Amber made the decision to face her one evening. She sat at the kitchen table opposite Emma and whispered. Emma's heart was racing as she froze and asked, "Is there something you're not telling me?" She recognized for the first time that the truth was on the verge of being revealed. Trent had started to notice, too. He didn't suspect romance as quickly. However, he was aware that his daughter was concealing something. He'd seen how Emma guarded her phone, heard snippets of chats, and felt the stress in her quiet. Trent and Amber started putting the puzzle pieces together. Additionally, when a neighbor casually remarked seeing Emma late at night with a man, the truth was unavoidable. At first, Emma tried to deny it. She maintained that the reports were unfounded and that she was only meeting pals. Amber, however, pressed harder, her voice shaking with love and dread. "You don't need to hide from us, Emma. We must find out who he is." Emma's barriers were breached by the words. Her eyes welled up with tears as she said the name she had kept hidden for so long that her parents were taken aback by the news. Bewilderment, shock. Their hearts clashed with worry. This dude was who? Why had Emma kept him hidden? And how would this affect the reputation of their family? Trent's careful practicality ran counter to Amber's protective nature. The concealment caused them to doubt everything, even though they wanted to believe their daughter. Matt, meanwhile, maintained his confidence. He reassured Emma that their love would endure any conflict. Emma, however, was aware that the fight would not be simple. Her parents had long dreamed of having a respectable, safe route for her. She was now requesting their acceptance of a man they hardly knew. A man whose very existence sparked rumors. At last the secret had come to light. A flurry of emotions followed. Emma was no longer the only one with her secret. It was now her family's property. And whether love could withstand the pressure of criticism would depend on the decisions they made in the days that followed. The facts were out. Additionally, the Johnston family could no longer act as though nothing had changed. The idea of a perfect family had been destroyed by the confession concerning Matt, and Amber and Trent were finding it difficult to accept the truth. They hardly knew the man their daughter fell in love with. A man whose presence was already causing rumors in the neighborhood. Tension reverberated throughout the house, which had previously been a place of routine and fun. Amber felt deceived. She had always thought that Emma would confide in her, that the mother-daughter relationship was strong enough to endure secrets. Emma, however, had concealed Matt for months, slipping away in the dark. It was more than simply romance to Amber. Trust was at issue. She was concerned that her daughter was being duped and that Emma was being oblivious to the dangers of such a relationship because of Matt's affluence and charisma. "Warning, you don't know him like you think you do," Amber said. She spoke in a terrified tone. Trent, however, made an effort to maintain his composure. He was aware of Emma's need for autonomy, but he was unable to ignore the rumors circulating around Matt. As a dad, his natural tendency was to shield his daughter, but he was aware that conflict may drive her more away. Trent was adamant that we meet him. Emma grudgingly consented, knowing that Matt's confidence would see him through any interrogation. "If he's serious about you, he should face us." It was a compromise, but one that carried its own risks. The siblings found themselves in the center. While some were concerned about the family's reputation, others stood up for Emma, thinking she deserved to be happy. Arguments broke out. Emotions erupted at the dinner table, shouts rising. Once one family, the Johnstons were now split between guilt and love. Emma could feel their criticism bearing down on her. But she wouldn't let Matt leave. She begged, "He's not what you think." As always, Matt was unfazed and said, "He loves me." Families often oppose change, but they will eventually embrace him, he said Emma. Emma was encouraged by his assurance, but Amber became more suspicious. Was he? Was he genuinely in love, or was he just using Emma to get attention and power? As the family battled to balance their anxieties with Emma's resolve, the question remained unresolved. The tipping point was reached in this chapter. The Johnston home was no longer a haven. It was an emotional battleground. Torn between maintaining their reputation and safeguarding their daughter, Emma's secret was about to take an even more startling turn as the tension increased. One that would permanently alter everything. The home of Johnston was already split. After Emma's revelation regarding Matt, their emotions were running high, but nothing could have prepared them for the impending storm. Emma shivered as she stood in front of the family one evening as they gathered in the living room. She had fear in her eyes. But there was a calm resolve hidden behind that apprehension. She was aware that the truth could no longer be concealed. With her voice just above a whisper, she started, "I need to tell you something." Amber leaned closer, aware of the seriousness of her daughter's words. For a moment, time seemed to stop. Amber's eyes widened in shock, her hand automatically covering her mouth. Trent's expression hardened, his protective instincts surging. The siblings exchanged stunned glances. Their whispers were replaced by a heavy silence. Emma took a deep breath, and with tears streaming down her face, she said the words that would change everything, "I'm pregnant." Just about love. It was about life, responsibility, and their family's future. Amber was the first to speak, her voice shaking. "Emma, how could you keep this from us?" Her words were filled with rage and heartbreak. Trent, unable to control his feelings, demanded answers. Is it Matt's? The confession was both horrifying and complete. Emma was carrying Matt's child, and the family's life had been completely upended. Emma nodded, her tears confirming the fact. "I love him. This baby is ours. I know it's not what you wanted for me, but it's my life." Amber's heart ached as she looked at her daughter, seeing not just the girl she had raised, but a young woman standing on the edge of adulthood, facing choices that would define her forever. Trent, torn between anger and acceptance, had carried the secret alone, fearing rejection and condemnation, but now that the truth was out, there was no going back. The Johnston household was now at a crossroads: accept the pregnancy and support Emma, or resist and risk losing her completely. Though he wanted to protect Emma, he couldn't ignore the scandal that loomed over their family. Matt remained composed when told of Emma's revelation, promising to stand by her, take responsibility, and prove that his love was genuine. His confidence gave Emma life. Of Emma's pregnancy had rocked the Johnston household to its core. The air inside the house was heavy, full of unspoken questions and raw emotions. For Amber and Trent, the confrontation was inevitable. They could no longer deny that their daughter's covert romance had resulted in far more serious consequences than they had anticipated. Amber was the first to confront Emma face to face, her voice trembling with sorrow and anger as she demanded answers. "How could you let this happen, Emma? You're so young." "Do." Trent's response was more subdued but no less intense. He paced the room, his jaw tight, his mind racing. As a father, his instinct was to protect Emma, but the situation left him torn. He wanted to shield her from judgment, but he couldn't ignore the scandal that loomed. "You even understand what this means?" Emma said, her eyes swollen with tears. "I know what it means, Mom. I know it's not what you wanted for me, but I love him." "Emma," he continued at last, his voice thick, "this isn't just about you. Over their family. It concerns all of us. People will converse. They are already." The argument heated up. Some of Emma's siblings voiced their support for her, while others echoed their parents' concerns. Emotions erupted and voices soared. And there was a brief fear that the family could break up entirely. But Emma spoke with a strength none of them had anticipated in the middle of the mayhem. "I need support, I don't need approval." The room fell silent as she said, "I'm going to be a mother whether you accept it or not." Amber broke down in tears when she came to terms with the reality. Her daughter had outgrown her childhood. Emma was entering adulthood and making decisions that were significant and accountable. Trent sensed the change as well. In Emma's eyes, he saw the unbreakable resolution and determination. Painfully, slowly, the confrontation changed into something else. Acceptance. Reaching for Emma's hand, Amber said. Shattering. You are my daughter, even though I disagree with how this occurred. I can't abandon you. Trent nodded, his expressions more subdued now but still conflicted. Emma, we'll be there for you. Matt must, however, prove himself. He must prove to us that he is deserving of you and this child. Although a tenuous bridge had been constructed, the Johnston household was still far from being healed. The initial stages of acceptance had replaced confrontation. The family was starting to understand that love, despite its complexity, might not removed. They would also have to choose between living in the past and embracing the future as Emma's pregnancy progressed. The Johnston home gradually started to regain a tenuous peace following the storm of confrontation. Emma's pregnancy was now undeniable. Even though the family's emotions were still running hot, they understood that they would have to face the future. Preparation was no longer optional because a baby was on the way. It was necessary. Amber took the initiative despite her ongoing conflict. Being a mother, she recognized the burden of accountability Emma now bore. She started teaching her kid about the fundamentals, doctor's visits, diet, and the value of rest. Emma first objected, seeking to demonstrate her independence. However, Amber's perseverance made her more lenient. Emma gradually started to follow her mother's advice. Trent concentrated on the pragmatic side of things, understanding that love frequently takes the shape of difficult lessons. He was concerned about Emma's future, stability, and money. Entering. Trent wanted to make sure his daughter had unwavering security, even though Matt had pledged to give. He started looking into his alternatives while silently pondering how the family could help Emma without condoning hazardous behavior. Although his protective tendencies persisted, a growing acceptance was hiding beneath them. Emma had evolved from his daughter. She was going to have a child of her own. Matt, on the other hand, accepted the job of supplier. He boldly discussed their future, took Emma to appointments, and started planning a house in which to raise their child. While some members of the family were inspired by his resolve, others remained doubtful. Was his self-assurance real, or was it just another facet of his charm? Emma had complete faith in him, but the question persisted. She found strength in his presence, and optimism in his promises. Each sibling made their own adjustments. Some provided assistance, supporting Emma when her doubts surfaced and assisting her with minor chores. Others had difficulties and were concerned about how the pregnancy would impact the family's standing. Nevertheless, despite their differences, they started to support Emma since they knew the baby will soon be a part of their entire life. The Johnston home changed as preparations progressed. An environment of stress gradually gave way to one of cautious hope. Emma's room was filled with baby clothes. Names and futures were the focus of conversations. And the family started to envision what life might be like once the child was born. The apprehension of scandal remained, but the indisputable fact eclipsed it. There was going to be a new life. The Johnston family had started to come to terms with Emma's pregnancy. However, another revelation came just as the family was settling into a precarious rhythm. One that would alter the entire trajectory of events. In private, Emma and Matt had been making plans for the future. It was now time to announce their choice to the world. It took place at a family dinner, the sort of gathering when everyone sat around the table attempting to repair. As usual, Emma sat next to Matt and nervously put her hand on his. Still unsure of how to completely embrace the man who had so abruptly entered their daughters' lives, Amber and Trent exchanged wary looks. Before Emma cleared her voice, the room was filled with laughter as the siblings conversed. The table became silent at the sound. With a steady yet passionate voice, she turned to face her parents. "We made the decision to tie the knot." Like thunder, the words lingered in the air. Amber's dish clattered as her fork struck it. Trent stopped. The siblings and Midbite gaped in shock. Emma went on, resolve gleaming in her eyes. The date of the wedding is January 18, 2026. We wish to begin our lives together as husband and wife as well as parents. Amber's feelings soared. At once, shock, terror, and a glimmer of hope. She had been concerned that Matt would leave Emma when his responsibilities became too great and that his presence was only transitory. This announcement, however, implied something different. Dedication. However, the time seemed overwhelming. Trent leaned back, his face impassive, while Amber whispered to Emma, "Are you sure? Marriage is forever. This isn't just about love. It's about building a life." Here was the evidence of Matt's intentions that he had demanded. But he couldn't deny the importance of the choice. He stated resolutely, "Marriage is not a solution to scandal." Ever self-assured, Matt said, "It's a promise. If you're going to do this, you need to be certain." His tone was composed, steady, and convincing. His words carried conviction, and for the first time, Amber and Trent saw a glimpse of sincerity beyond his charm. "I love Emma. I've loved her from the beginning. This isn't about appearances. It's about us. I want to stand beside her, raise our child together, and build a future that honors both of our families." The announcement spread beyond the family, and friends, neighbors, and the community started buzzing with the news. Some saw it as a sign of redemption, while others saw it as the news of Emma and Matt's marriage had already shocked the Johnston family, who were still getting used to Emma becoming a wife and mother. However, Amber knew that if she wanted her daughter's future to be secure, she had to make a decision, so she quietly started planning a gesture. For Emma, however, it was a declaration of love and courage. She was no longer hiding, stepping into the light, ready to embrace her future. That would speak louder than words. Amber had always wanted to give her kids the best start in life, and for Emma, that dream now meant something extraordinary. She decided that on the day of Emma's wedding, she would give her daughter a gift unlike any other, a $1 million house. It wasn't just a house, it was a symbol of trust, support, and a mother's unconditional love. Amber struggled with the decision, wondering if she was rewarding scandal and secrecy. Emma was determined to start a life with Matt, and Amber understood that the best way to protect her was to give her stability. A home would be more than just bricks and walls, it would be the foundation for Emma's new family. But every time she looked at her daughter, she saw not only the mistakes but also the courage it took to stand by her decisions. Trent's response to Amber's plan was mixed. He appreciated her generosity, but he warned, $1 million is more than a gift. It's a statement. People will talk. Amber nodded, aware of the risks, but her determination was unwavering. Let them talk. This is about Emma. She deserves to start her marriage with security, not fear. The day Amber told Emma about her decision was unforgettable. Emma's hands trembled and her eyes widened in disbelief as she realized the magnitude of her mother's gift, a house. "Mom, are you serious?" Amber grinned. "Yes, it's yours," she said through tears. "Think of it as my blessing for your future." Emma broke down, overcome with gratitude. Despite all the stress and conflict, this moment reminded her that her family's love remained unwavering. Matt was also taken aback. Although he was confident in his ability to provide, he understood the significance of Amber's gesture. It wasn't just about money, it was about acceptance. For the first time, he felt genuinely accepted into the Johnston family. This chapter marked a significant turning point in his life. The Johnston family was finally prepared to embrace the future as the wedding day drew near. January 18, 2026, the day had finally arrived, and after months of secrecy, confrontation, and revelation, Emma Johnston stood at the threshold of a new life. What had started out as secrecy and scandal had transformed into support and hope. Amber's $1 million gift was more than generosity, it was a declaration that love, no matter how complicated, deserved a chance to thrive. The venue was stunning, and Amber and Trent had gone above and beyond to make sure their daughter's day would be remembered. Soft music played, flowers lined the aisles, and guests whispered in anticipation. For many, the wedding was more than just a celebration, it was a statement. Emma and Matt had endured scandal, criticism, and uncertainty, but now they were ready to come together as husband and wife. Emma, wearing a gown that shimmered under the lights, walked the aisles. At the altar, Matt stood with his eyes fixed on hers, his confidence unflinching. For him, this was the moment to prove his love was more than charm, it was commitment. Amber watched with tears in her eyes. The journey had been difficult, full of doubt and fear, but as she saw her daughter glowing with happiness, she knew she had made the right decision. Her smile was radiant, but her heart raced. She carried not only the weight of her own choices, but the hope of a future she had fought to claim. The ceremony proceeded smoothly, vows were exchanged, promises were made, and rings were placed on trembling fingers. The room erupted in applause when the officer pronounced them husband and wife. Emma and Matt's kiss sealed their union, not just in love but in defiance of every obstacle they had faced. Trent, standing next to her, felt a surge of pride. Emma was no longer the little girl he had tried to protect, she was a woman stepping boldly into her destiny. The night was full of laughter, dancing, and joy. For the first time in months, the Johnston household felt whole again. She stood in front of the guests and announced her gift, a $1 million house. Guests filled the room, followed by cheers. Emma, overwhelmed, embraced her mother tightly. The gift was more than generosity, it was a symbol of acceptance, a declaration that the family was ready to support Emma's new life. Emma and Matt's journey was far from over, but their wedding day signaled the start of a new chapter full of hope, responsibility, and the promise of family. This final chapter brought the circle full circle, transforming what started as whispers and secrecy into celebration and unity. Emma Johnston was no longer hiding, she was stepping into the light, ready to embrace her future with Matt by her side. Matt's confidence, Amber's protective instincts, and Trent's cautious pragmatism all came together to shape the path that led here to a wedding day filled with hope, unity, and new beginnings. Despite the suspicion, confrontation, and life-altering revelation of pregnancy that Emma encountered along the way, Emma remained steadfast in her decisions, determined to embrace both relationship and responsibility. As the lights go down, one question remains: was it all worth the risk? Emma's story is not just about romance, it's about bravery, defiance, and the cost of independence. She decided to follow her heart despite the rules of her family's world, embrace motherhood despite the fear of being judged, and marry Matt to secure her future with a man who would support her no matter what. However, every decision has repercussions, and every choice leaves behind questions that only time can answer. Now, the focus shifts to you, the audience. What do you think? Was Emma bold or reckless? Did she redefine or sacrifice her family's honor? Should Amber's $1 million gift be viewed as a desperate attempt to safeguard her daughter's future or as unconditional love? And most importantly, can a love born in secret truly survive in the light of day? This story may be about Emma, but in many ways, it reflects all of us. That put our bravery to the test our families, and make us choose between safety and passion. So ask yourself, if you were Emma, what would you have done? Would you have chosen silence, obedience, and security, or love, risk, and independence? The answers are not found in Emma's story alone, but rather in how we view ourselves. Share your thoughts, feelings, and judgments because, in the end, this isn't just Emma's journey, it's a mirror of the decisions we must make when. More updates. 7 Little Johnstons. Did Emma Johnston finally break free from Amber's spell? Star Emma Johnston shows off her hair makeover, and in her most recent post, she pays a heartfelt tribute to her late grandmother. "I'll miss you." Alex Johnston was criticized for ruining sister Emma's special moment. I'll explain everything. Emma Johnston, star of 7 Little Johnstons, appears to be finally breaking free from Mom Amber's hold. Anna and the reality TV star did not have the same closeness, which greatly upset the star because of all the commotion. Emma looked distressed, and fans noticed. The reality TV star's unexpectedly defiant behavior has caught many off guard. Over the years, many viewers have enjoyed watching Emma and the other kids dance to Amber's music, but it looks like she is finally breaking free from the toxic environment and testing limits. The way Emma Johnston handled all the drama surrounding Anna baffled 7 Little Johnstons fans. She went to great lengths to pretend to support her sister on multiple occasions, but the very next second, the reality TV star acts differently. Many viewers have speculated that Emma is coerced into speaking negatively about Anna by Amber. Emma, however, seems ready to break the mold and set limits. Tell me what she did. Does she truly believe she can defeat Amber? Their suspicions were confirmed in season 16 when she voiced her opinions over the ongoing family conflict. The reality TV star hoped that Anna would stay out of the spotlight and avoid her parents' wrath, so she hoped her sister would apologize. The audience could hear the TLC star's fear in her voice, and she seemed too shy to say anything that would irritate her parents. The sudden shift in Emma Johnston's behavior has caught observers off guard, as she now seems to have the path that led to this wedding day full of hope, unity, and new beginnings was shaped by the collision of Matt's confidence, Amber's protective instincts, and Trent's cautious pragmatism. However, as the music fades and the lights dim, one question remains. Emma faced suspicion, confrontation, and a life-altering revelation of pregnancy along the way, but she stood firm in her choices, determined to embrace both love and responsibility. Was it all worth the risk? Emma's story is about more than just romance, it's about bravery, defiance, and the cost of independence. She made the decision to marry Matt, securing her future with a man who would support her, and to follow her heart even when it meant defying the rules of her family's world. However, every decision has repercussions and leaves questions that only time can answer. The focus now shifts to you, the audience. What do you think? Was Emma reckless or brave? Did she sacrifice her family's honor or did she redefine it? Should Amber's $1 million gift be viewed as unconditional love or as a desperate attempt to safeguard her daughter's future? And most importantly, can a love born in secret truly survive in the light of day? This story may be about Emma, but in many ways, it reflects all of us. We all have to make decisions that put our bravery to the test. In the end, this isn't just Emma's journey, it's a mirror of the decisions we all have to make when love and life demand everything. So ask yourself, if you were Emma, what would you have done? Would you have chosen love, risk, and independence, or silence, obedience, and security? The answers lie not in Emma's story alone, but in how we see ourselves. If you have been Emma, what would you have done? Update: 7 Little Johnstons. Did Emma Johnston break Mom Amber's spell? Finally escaping her grip? Star Emma Johnston shows off her hair makeover, and in her most recent post, she pays a heartfelt homage to her late grandmother. Johnston was heavily criticized for ruining sister Emma's special moment. I'll explain everything. Emma Johnston, star of 7 Little Johnstons, appears to be finally breaking free from Man Amber's hold after shocking everyone with a bold behavioral shift. Many viewers have enjoyed watching Emma and the other kids dance to Amber's music over the years, but it seems like she is finally escaping the toxic environment and pushing boundaries. However, Anna and the reality TV star did not have the same closeness, which greatly upset the star. Anna looked distressed because of all the chaos, and fans noticed. Anna has previously stated that her mother forbade her sister from getting in touch with her. The way Emma Johnston handled all the drama surrounding Anna baffled 7 Little Johnstons fans. She went to great lengths to pretend to support her sister on multiple occasions, but the very next second, the reality TV star acts differently. Many viewers have speculated that Emma is coerced into speaking negatively about Anna by Amber. Emma, however, seems ready to break the mold and set limits. Tell me what she did. Does she truly believe she can defeat Amber? Stunned in season 16, their suspicions were validated. She voiced her opinions over the ongoing family conflict. The reality TV star hoped that Anna would stay out of the spotlight and avoid her parents' wrath. The audience could hear the TLC star's fear in her voice, and she seemed too shy to say anything that would irritate her parents. The sudden shift in Emma Johnston's behavior has caught on guard, as she now seems to have The star of 7 Little Johnston has likely broken her silence and indirectly criticized her parents as a result of all the chaos. Emma posted a video of herself and Ashley dancing and having a good time at Liz's wedding, which sparked people to make fun of her for being seen with Anna. Someone took offense at her sister's feud and scribbled Team Anna to criticize Emma, who said she agreed without giving much explanation, which was surprising. The original poster questioned whether Emma is escaping her mother Amber's control. It would be hilarious if she broke the spell of Amage and moved out to live with Anna. One admirer said that someone else thought it should have happened and Emma had to fight back against the brutality. They believe Emma should start living on her own like Anna in order to prove to Trent and Amber that they are successful. Several viewers thought the siblings should move in together since. A group of 7 Little Johnston supporters are hoping that Emma will eventually leave the family and strike out on her own. Emma Johnston shows off her hair makeover. Some of her fans are concerned that her parents may stop funding her education, which could explain why she is still interacting with all the negative people. Emma will set boundaries and leave her parents' home as soon as possible. 7 Little Johnstons fans can breathe a sigh of relief because this update has nothing to do with family strife. The growing animosity among the Johnstons had caused the internet forums to become extremely heated, but this change regarding Emma's hairstyle may provide as a temporary reprieve. It looks like she got a new hairstyle. Emma had a lot on her plate due to family issues, but she is probably overjoyed by this new development. In a recent family argument, she and her brother. The public has been harshly critical of Anna ever since, but in her most recent story, she seems content and joyful, which contrasts starkly with her anxious self. Emma, which story did she publish? If you want to learn more about her new hairstyle, you should continue reading. Emma and Alex Johnston, who star in 7 Little Johnstons, may be tired of hearing about their family's drama, and the fact that the siblings no longer care to disparage Anna is. Fans have definitely noticed this, and now they believe the TLC stars may be tired of falling for Amber's tricks. Emma, Alex, and Jonah recently disclosed their situation during a confessional with Anna. Emma and Alex stopped paying attention and started acting randomly. As a result, viewers speculated that the characters might be worn out from handling the seemingly never-ending family conflict. One fan commented, "They looked really done with everything on." Emma Johnston has recently been the target of harsh criticism from fans because of her fame with the 7 Little Johnstons. She has lost a large percentage of her fan base because of her actions, which include supporting Liz and following her family's toxic behaviors. The growing outrage from fans has obviously been a source of concern for her and the Johnstons, but the TLC star took a day off from dealing with family matters, so she went ahead and got a new hairstyle for herself as well. It seems that she achieved her goal of having a fun and restful day. Emma reportedly cut her hair a few inches shorter after getting a new hairstyle, and she also added delicate golden brown highlights to her hair, which makes some of her hair appear darker than others. She shared the photo on her Instagram story, along with the fact that she was out on a date with the newlywed Mrs. Baldwin. Date with Mrs. Baldwin. According to the article, Liz holding a cup of coffee made a goofy expression in the anecdote. Emma's half-drunk coffee sat on her side of the table as the sisters caught up after the busy wedding schedule. Some fans are still upset about the change, but others have embraced it. Emma has also been sharing pictures from Liz's wedding, and it seemed like one of the best days as she remembered it. Do you think Emma's new hairstyle is? The loss of Emma Johnston's grandmother is causing her to struggle. She is mourning the death of her grandmother and figuring out how to handle her feelings. The 7 Little Johnstons family used social media to confirm the death of their cherished relative. Amber verified the news on social media by posting a picture of her deceased mother-in-law. Cute? Post a comment and let us know feelings, which is why she didn't talk much about the awful incident. Trent Johnston's children have a close relationship with their father, Poppy, who died more than a year ago, so the death of his second parents must be very difficult for him. The reality TV star hasn't shared his feelings with his fans. Trent is already dealing with his own health issues. Liz was the first to break the news to the fans. Emma also paid tribute to her grandmother by sharing a heartfelt memory. They had a special bond and loved spending time with their grandparents, but the family of the 7 Little Johnstons has had a very difficult few years. Liz shocked her followers by posting a photo of herself with her grandmother, and she used the past tense to write, "I will always love you, Nana." Liz also decorated her grandmother's head with a halo sign to symbolize her premature death. As a result, fans speculated about the reality TV star's death, hoping that Trent would soon move on from the loss of both of his parents in 2 years. Several admirers offered prayers for her and the family, including Emma Johnston, one of the youngest members, who had a lovely rapport with her grandparents and was always quite close to them. The TLC star must be having a hard time dealing with her feelings after losing her grandmother. Trent's mother was seen by fans resting peacefully in bed while wearing a nasal cannula and other devices. The clip showed her looking quite tired and feeble, but the seven Little Johnstons actress was happy to be surrounded by her grandchildren in her final moments. The reality TV personality was lovingly caring for her grandmother and making her happy in her final moments. As a result, Emma shared the video and a heartfelt tribute to her grandmother on social media. "Our Nana is in heaven being watched over by Poppy," Emma wrote, acknowledging how much she missed her too. Supporters offered condolences to the family and commented on Emma's close bond with her grandmother. One reader wrote, "Aw, I'm so sorry for you and your entire family, sweetheart." Another user expressed hope that Trent is doing well and said, "I hope she finds love and peace." That his health might be suffering as a result of seeing his parents leave within a few years. Another user continued, saying, "She was among the most charming women I have ever encountered." What do you think of the thoughtful gesture? Share your thoughts below. Alex Johnston was criticized for ruining his sister Emma's prom night. Critics claim he's trying to make fans feel sorry for him by drawing. The TLC star's fiancé, Ally, was unable to attend the prom, so he went alone. As the final day of classes approached, Emma found a companion for the big event. She wanted nothing less than perfection on the big day. The TLC star attends the same school as her brother. When season 15 ends, Emma and Alex will have finished their time at senior high. They are eager to start over in life, but the latter's actions have enraged the fans. What did he do? People are criticizing him, but why did he intentionally ruin Emma's day? Emma Johnston's new achievement has her ecstatic. She will soon receive her high school diploma in season 15, so the star of seven Little Johnstons couldn't wait for prom night. Emma found a companion and wished for nothing less than perfection on her big night. She went clothes shopping with her mom, Amber, and aunt, and she wore each costume to the test, and each one was gorgeous. The reality TV personality tried on 2 gowns, a tangerine gown and a mermaid gown with delicate lace. The dazzling blow gown was ideal for the undersea theme, and Emma loved it because it made her look beautiful. The fans were thrilled when Emma finally decided on the lacy blue gown. Was Alex to blame for Emma's demise? On the prom night of season 15, Alex Johnston appeared somewhat depressed because his girlfriend Ally was unable to go with him. Despite leaving to attend the party alone, the reality TV star started crying as the couple danced slowly in front of him. As he sobbed next to Emma, Alex's need for Ally grew stronger as a song brought back painful memories of her. As a result, the fans were quite incensed by Alex's immature behavior during prom. He could have sobbed in his seat or the bathroom, but right next to where she was dancing, a Reddit user commented. A supporter of the seven Little Johnston wondered why the fan. Many viewers expressed their disapproval of Alex's behavior by sharing the original poster's sentiments. Going 2 feet away and staring at them dance was beyond bizarre, one admirer said. In addition to crying, another user asked why Alex hadn't jumped into the punch bowl instead of crying with his sister. Still another wrote, in the 1970s, we didn't go to proms unless we had a date at my school. Some even believe Alex is stalkerish around Ally. They couldn't stand to see his ignominious behavior. Despite Emma's strong desire to put her crying brother behind her and enjoy her evening, everyone around her thought it was hilarious. No more today. What do you think of this rumor today? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and please subscribe to our channel to receive more updates like this one. Thank you.